Hello. In this training video, we will be going over how the interview is connected to the encounter for the PHR portal. The interview is an important step that the patient has access to that will allow them to take an interview previous to them coming into the office. It is important to note that this interview was only able to contain interview screens. It cannot contain screens that are used for medical collection of data such as medications, histories, etc. First, we're going to go over how the interview is connected to the encounter. I'm going to head into Admin, Encounter/Interviews, Encounter Templates. I'm going to open up my comprehensive encounter. In the upper right corner, you can see that I have an interview template selected here. It's called Comprehensive Interview. This is how you connect up the interview with the exam template the patient has selected or has been booked for them. To see what's available in that interview, head on into Interview Templates. I'm going to open up my comprehensive interview to see what my steps are, and I see currently it is named PHR-Comprehensive Interview. This tells me that this is the step that contains the screens that the patient will see. I'm going to go ahead and head on into my step library. I'm going to look up that step name. When I open that step, I see these are the screens that the patient will see when they are in their PHR interview. I'm not going to make any updates here, but it is important to note this is what I was talking about earlier, where if I were to select a screen category, history, any of these screens that I add here will not appear in the patient's PHR interview. They will appear as blank screens, and the patient will not be able to fill them out. I'm going to click Save if I make any edits, and I'll get my success message in the upper right corner. Now we are going to transition into the PHR portal so you can see what the patient sees when they take this. This is what the patient will see when they log into their PHR portal. On their overview screen or on their appointments screen, they will have the option to take an interview. When I click Take the Interview button, it will pull the patient into some interview questions and allow them to answer any interview type questions such as vision concerns, eye concerns, any sort of correction questions, etc. You'll notice these are going to be similar to the tests that appear in your encounter within the interview step if you have them. Anytime the patient clicks an answer, that information will pull forward into the interview steps in your encounter. They can choose to fill out as much or as little information as they choose. They do not have to take this interview for their encounter to be active. Any yes selections will create an HPI for that patient's file. If you would like to see how the interview pulls into the encounter, please see the video titled Utilizing the Interview Workflow Step from the PHR. This concludes our video on how to connect up the interview to the PHR portal and the encounters. Please see our knowledge base and contact us for any additional assistance.